And now it's time to learn about other cultures. What do they do in social constructionism? What do they do? What do they do? What do they do?
Some social constructionists have pointed out how malleable the gender concept is in terms of how many genders there are supposed to be. Although people of Western cultures cannot imagine more than two genders, there are cultures that believe that there is a third gender, or that a person...
A third gender?
Yes, a third gender, can change his, her gender without undergoing a sex change operation. I, for one, would like to meet this person.
Me too.
For example, many American Indians, such as the Sioux, Cheyenne, and Zuni, have a category of people called, and you have to forgive how I pronounce this,
Simani Tutanka Owachi.
Berdachi, I guess. The Berdachi are people...
Versace.
No. The people... The Berdachi are people who are physically one gender, but who dress or engage in the activities of the other gender.
Say who?
We call them drag queens. It is unclear whether the tribes consider the Berdachi to be transformed to the other gender, or whether the tribe considered the Berdachi to be a third type of gender.
Those Indians sure are screwy.
It is likely that some American Indian tribes consider the Berdachi a separate gender, while other tribes regarded them as people who had transformed their gender. Similarly, among the Navajo American Indians in the Hijara of India, there is a belief that some people are male, some people are female, and other people are intersexed. That is, they are both male and female. Hermaphrodites of some sort, I guess.
I guess so.
The Navajo and the Hijara clearly believe that there are more than two genders. Other societies categorize people who have several gender statuses without regard to a person's genitals. For example,
Did you just say genitals?
Around the air, please. For example, the Navajo have several gender statuses. Males, females, males who act like females.
Fags.
Fairies. Females who act like males.
Butch.
Die. And intersex people who act like either males or females. Confused.
For RuPaul. Please, Dr. Balderrama, we have 30 minutes to kill.
It is difficult to describe these groups without referring to them in only two names we have, male and female. However, these different gender statuses described highly different groups that were not given appellations according to their biological gender. Now, anthropologists and psychologists have also documented how cultures vary in their beliefs about the nature of females and males. Mead documented that among the Mungdugumor, both women and men are expected to be aggressive and unemotional, whereas among the Arapesh, I don't know who those people are, both women and men are expected to be passive and maternal. Both men and women. How does anything get done? In Western culture, we believe that men are the aggressive gender and that women are the passive gender. However, among other cultures, men are considered the more emotional gender, and women are considered the unemotional, rational members of the society. Right. Even ideas about birth are not necessarily associated with a specific gender. Example, although women give birth to children in all cultures, if they're not from this planet, some societies have elaborate rituals where they establish that it is really the father who is the main contributor to the birth.
Lamaze classes.
Right. You were just a sperm. I carried it from my nuts. You were just a sperm. Not that I've heard that before. This ritual is called Kuvad, I guess. And it is practiced in Asia, Europe, Africa, North and South America, and many islands. After the mother gives birth, the infant is delivered to the father, and he rests for several days and is waited upon by relatives to overcome his fatigue.
What?
I don't know what he's tired about. The mother returns to work immediately because the society believes that she does not need to rest like the father. Among the Kauravas of Asia, one informant explained that fathers were more cared for than mothers after birth because the father's life is a more important factor than the mother's life in the birth of a child. Among the Nayadis of India, the father would shampoo his own abdomen during labor delivery and pray to the gods of the mountain.
Oh, gods of the mountain, my stomach hurts.
When the delivery was over, he would thank the gods for having got his child out.
Oh, thank the gods.
The unique status of the father in childbirth is shown in many practices before and after the birth of the baby in these societies. Husbands and pregnant women must not eat certain foods, engage in certain activities, or use certain tools because it is believed that these things will harm the child. Some societies that practice Kovad, or however you say it, believe that women do not experience pain during childbirth because the pain is passed to the father. After the birth, the child rests with the father, and he may engage in certain rituals that ensure that the baby's health and happiness. Many societies that practice Kovad believe that the father gives life to the child during this period. In addition to different birth practices, the division of labor also varies widely in the ethnographic record. Among the Nambirwara, young women join war activities. In some societies, women are responsible for all agriculture, whereas in other societies, men are primarily responsible for farming. Admittedly, these examples are extreme in their demonstration of cross-cultural variability in gender roles and beliefs about gender. Recent work on cross-cultured stereotypes of genders has shown that there is evidence for pan-cultural similarities in gender stereotypes. However, it is discussed that these examples to show that cultures do vary in how they use the gender category to divide work or personality traits. Although gender is a social category in every culture, it does vary in what it means and how it is used in society.
How much longer is this?
Please bear with me. 3 more paragraphs.
3?
In surveying the literature about the sexual division of labor, Levi Strauss concluded, the very fact that it varies endlessly according to the society selected for consideration shows that it is the mere fact of its existence which is mysteriously required, the form under which it comes to exist being utterly irrelevant, at least from the point of view of any natural necessity. The sexual division of labor, then, is somewhat arbitrary, but it serves an important function. Levi Strauss argues that a sexual division of labor serves to make the two genders dependent on one another for survival. He notes that whenever one gender performs a specific task, the other gender is not allowed to perform it. This division creates a dependency between the genders because any one person will need a member of the other gender in order to survive. This sexual division of labor may have emerged because it ensures that the basic family unit consists of a male and a female who will produce children. Rubin argues that this sexual division of labor is thus a taboo against the sameness of men and women, a taboo dividing the sexes into two mutually exclusive categories, a taboo which exacerbates the biological differences between the sexes and thereby creates gender. Thus, the sexual division of labor may be arbitrary in terms of what is specified as the appropriate tasks for each gender, but it makes gender a salient social category because it creates a dependence between men and women.
So, Dr. Balderrama, after all of that, since we are advocates of social constructionism for this, don't interrupt me, for this project, do you think that society has anything to do with the way we see gender roles?
Society has everything to do with the way we see gender roles.